In this video I'm going to show you how to lock the blade on the VICTORINOX Swiss champ and the mechanic, which is a discontinued model, using just paracord. So to lock the blade, open the blade first, and then you take the lanyard and you wrap it a couple of times firmly around the tang of the knife. Then you put the lanyard in, or the paracord, into one of the grooves here and go around. Open the pliers and put it through the pliers and just lock the plier, yeah, like so, and you're done. And this locking is very firm actually. We can measure it maybe. So let's see how much force we can put here without hurting myself this time. It easily reaches 10 kilos. So it's, I could probably do 13 as well, but I don't want to slip. Last time I did this I slipped and cut my wrist badly. So as you can see, this works perfectly fine, and you don't need to worry about cutting yourself due to the blade lock closing on your fingers using this method. So to demonstrate the locking on the blade, and I wouldn't have done that with a non-locked blade actually. It would very likely have closed on my fingers then. As you can see, I even dare to do this with a knife in this direction. So it's quite safe. And that was the Swiss champ then. So let's have a look at the mechanic. So to lock the mechanic, you first open the main blade, of course. Then you need to open the pliers a bit, since it will be hard to open them afterwards. You take the lanyard and you go from this direction 2 times around the tang, pull tightly. You go back through the groove here in the bottom, and you put the lanyard through the grip of the pliers and you close, and then you're done. It's very firm. It's like a liner lock almost. And to try it out using the dynamo, and I reach 13 kilos. No problem. So this is a very safe way of locking the blade on a 91mm model. And the mechanic, which is only 3 layers thick. So what if you have a VICTORINOX 91mm or 74mm that lacks the pliers? For example, the Huntsman. And you still want to be able to lock the main blade using a paracord. What you do then? Well, I will show you now. It's fairly easy. You open the blade, you take the lanyard and put it around the Ricasso part of the blade, which is the sharpened point of the blade. Then you go back and you open the corkscrew and you twist the lanyard through the corkscrew and you close. And now you have a really great lock of the blade. And twisting the paracord through the corkscrew makes it really stuck inside. And it's not that it's pinched by the edge here, which you can of course do. You can put it through here, but it doesn't need to be like that. It still is stuck here. And furthermore, when you close this, you get some hinge effect where it actually tightens the loop around the Ricasso here and makes for a really hard lock of the blade. This might be the best I've achieved actually thus far. It doesn't move at all. So we can give it a try here in the dynamo. $13 kilos without any problems whatsoever. So if you have or if you use a VICTORINOX with a corkscrew, you're in luck. This is maybe the best way to use a lanyard and lock. You don't need to go around and use the pliers. Just do like this, and then you can even shorten the lanyard a bit. Maybe you need maybe 30 centimeters instead of 40. And as you can see, I'm not worried stabbing this one into something, even backwards, no problem. And backwards at an angle, no problem. Stabbing it into wood is no problem, and even backwards works fine. So that's all, guys. If you want to lock 91mm, or I suspect the 74mm VICTORINOX, this is how you do it, using just a lanyard. And as you can see, it's very safe. It's not as stiff and robust as a liner lock. This doesn't bulge a millimeter. Maybe it does bulge a millimeter, but you know, you understand what I'm getting at. It's very firm, and I have no worries stabbing this one into wood. But then again, it works perfectly fine with this method with the lanyard as well. So I consider it being sort of equal, almost. And it's definitely a big plus if you want to have a locked blade to be able to do that using just a lanyard. So when you do this yourselves, please be careful so you don't cut your fingers, and make sure that the knife blade is really locked before you stab it into something. And it should be fairly easy to see if you've succeeded or not. It's quite obvious, and you can feel the tension here if it's enough. So I think that's all for now, and please stay tuned, because I have another method of locking the main blade as well, which some of you might prefer actually, when I think about it. I'm not quite made up my mind yet which method I prefer the most, because as if you've seen all my other videos on this topic, you know it's possible to lock the blade with a battery strap as well, and also using 2 rings you can lock the pen blade, and there are many ways to lock the main blade now and the small pen blade as well, using different methods. And I even locked the blade using this metal piece here with 2 rings, but I think that might be the worst way of locking. Now I know, but there is another way of locking as well, and I will show you that in a coming video, so stay tuned for that. And also I will be locking the Huntsman the saw of the Huntsman, and that's a video coming up as well. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and please also share with your friends.